Right, so breaking news. Jermaine Jenas has just been sacked from BBC for saying that Spurs are going to win a trophy this... No, didn't, didn't get sacked for that. He didn't. He got sacked for inappropriate behaviour, which we'll get into. I don't want to be doing a video like this. It's not... I want to be talking about football. It's not my kind of thing. I want to be talking about football. But we're new to this. We need the views. So let's milk those views for all they're worth. Let's get cracking into it. So Jermaine Jenas has been sacked from the BBC for some indecent behaviour, inappropriate behaviour. And this is the most strangest thing about this, right? It's 4 o'clock as I'm recording this. I'm literally watching this geezer with Jermaine Pennant on TalkSport. Like the timing of it, breaking news, Jermaine Jenas is sacked from the BBC, and I'm watching him live on TalkSport. He looks normal. He doesn't look like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. He looks like he's having a good time. How puzzling is that? It makes you wonder, was what he did terrible? Is there an ongoing investigation? We don't know what it was for. But I can only say from my experience watching him as an outsider, I don't know anyone famous. You only know what they are from what you see, and that's behind a TV screen. He always seems like a decent, like a nice guy. Bit of a cocky little prick with some of his punditry, but he's harmless. He seems like he's not hurting anyone. So then for this to come out, of all the people on the BBC books, you would think Jermaine Jenas is the last person that would have controversy around him. But the BBC have sacked him, and this is what makes me laugh about it, right? This seems like it's clearly a recent thing. It's clearly recent because while with TalkSport have Jermaine Jenas on the show, so like new to his to their new season. So it must have been something that's happened. And listen, BBC, first and foremost, I don't know what Jermaine Jenas has done. None of us do. But let's get one thing straight. Whatever he's done, listen, it might be terrible, but it might not. BBC are not the good guys. They claim to be the good guys. They're so woke, but ironically, they're the evil ones. Them and Sky are just... I think BBC are probably worse. I think Sky are a little bit better. Might be wrong. Again, what do I know? But the BBC are just... They paint this picture that they're the good guys. They're so woke. They try to be politically correct. But the way they handled the Hugh Edwards thing, the way they handled Jimmy Savile, which they didn't know about Jimmy Savile for all those years. For all we know, they could have protected him for all these years. They are just as bad. They always claim to be to have the moral high ground, but I wouldn't believe a word they say, because a lot of the media, a lot of their kind of media, they spread lies all the time, and they spread lies because you look at trusted media stations and they debunk everything that the BBC have said. It's one of those where it's... I don't know what he's done, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet because I know what the BBC are capable of. I know how sick and twisted they are. So I'm innocent until proven guilty. I'm not going to believe the BBC straight away. I'm just looking at the Jermaine Jenas thing. What could he have done? Was he inappropriate around the team? Was he making I don't know, Richie Keys and Andy Gray jokes? Is he a nonce? Like, none of us really know what's going on. But from what I can see of Jermaine Jenas, he seems like a decent guy. And it's a very, very strange thing to happen. And it's even stranger that, like I say, he's presenting on TalkSport right now while he's just been sacked. And that's the strangest thing about it. But listen, I don't want to be making a video like this. But again, I'll repeat, could do with the views, and this will generate a few views. So if you're watching this and you're stumbling across it, put in the comment section what you think this is. Like, what do you think he's done? And also, I lost my train of thought now. But yeah, what do you think he's done? And do you think the timing of it is strange? Because I think it's really strange. A lot of it, the fact he's presenting on TalkSport now and this happens, it does not add up. And yet the BBC didn't sack Hugh Edwards to start with. But yet Jermaine Jenas gets the sack instantly. This would have to have been an ongoing thing for months and months and months, because the BBC don't normally make rash decisions like this. They normally try and cover it up, and then they have their tail between their legs and they have to act. But this is odd, very strange. Not sure what Jermaine Jenas has done, but he's been sacked by the BBC, but he's still employed by Talksport clearly because he's yeah. Do you think they'll sack him as well? I don't know. There's a lot of things to this story that just don't add up. There's a lot of plot holes that I'm trying to figure out, but you know, yeah, it's a puzzling one. But I'm gonna wrap it up there. That's all I can say about the matter. That's the breaking news. Again, let me know what you think. What do you think he's done? And do you find the timing just as strange as I do? Because I think it's very strange. But yeah, Jermaine Jenas has been sacked from the BBC. And yeah, everything about this is very odd. Very, very, very odd.